with James Gunn making some pretty big leap decisions when it comes to the future of DC, like recasting Henry Cavill's Superman, and in general seems like he's doing a reboot, I think this would be the perfect opportunity to have a better and just a slightly different Justice League lineup for a future Justice League movie going forward, as since most Justice League actors from the previous universe are probably getting outed with this new reboot, and I think it would be better if the new Justice League going forward, or I guess a brand new introduction to this universe's version of the Justice League, would be more akin to the DC animated universe, like with Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. And in this video, I kind of just wanted to go over who I have, or who I think should be in this new lineup, and I think how it could benefit for the universe going forward, and even lead to like future team-ups with like spin-offs, or like, you know, other franchises, I guess, or trilogies in the DC universe going forward. And obviously, when it comes to having a Justice League, you can't really have a mainstream lineup or roster without the Trinity, that being Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. You know, they're like the most iconic DC characters and like most popular and most successful, you know, versions of the Justice League across multiple mediums has those three, you know, on the team, as they're the kind of like the catalyst and kind of, I guess, if there were leaders or like the front runners of the Justice League, it would be them. And I think alongside that, you have like characters that are also very well known or well associated with the Justice League, that being Flash and Green Lantern. And for this roster, the Green Lantern that if they end up choosing Green Lantern for the Justice League, it could go either way. You know, you could have like, you know, Hal Jordan or John Stewart. Personally, I'd probably pick John Stewart, mainly because of like the I guess because I'll be used to like the version from like Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and like his dynamic with characters like, you know, Batman or like Shia Hall, Hawk Girl. And this also goes I guess hand in hand with the fact that Green Lantern has been kind of snubbed in DC live action. You know, he's had multiple opportunities to make an appearance in the DCU. I know there was supposed to be a Green Lantern Corps movie back in like 2020, back when like the original slate for DC movies, and also like that deleted scene from Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I think this would be a perfect opportunity for that, unless, you know, James Gunn does like a Green Lantern Corps movie beforehand leading to Justice League. And on top of that, I think Martian Manhunter should also make an appearance in this new universe, as, you know, he was also in Zack Snyder's Justice League at the end, and I really think it'd be cool to have his presence with the team dynamic as well. And of course, I wouldn't mind with this new lineup. You have Arthur Curry, you know, Aquaman, you know, also one of, I guess, the big frontrunners of the Justice League, you know, whether it be like, you know, New 52 or like Rebirth. But I guess with this lineup, I think this could, I guess, like this extra member or a couple of members could vary. You know, some people might add in other characters, maybe like Red Tornado or like Vixen or Plastic Man, you know, whoever else. But for me, I think it'd be really cool to add in Green Arrow, because I guess it would be cool if this universe had versions that were implemented in the CW universe, but like I think more faithfully adapted. Like, because I think my biggest issue with the Oliver Queen character in the CW is that they kind of made him pseudo Batman. It's like he was more of this dark, brooding character, and a lot of the rogues he fought were Batman-esque villains. Like, literally, Season 3's main antagonist was Ra's al Ghul, and had, like, Nissa, I think, from what I recall. So I think if they were to implement Green Arrow into the new universe going forward, you can add in, like, Dynalan's Black Canary and actually have that dynamic that is more faithful to the comics and it accurately represents who Oliver Queen is as a character. You know, because in Justice League Unlimited, he kind of served the role of kind of grounding the Justice League, kind of keeping them honest and earnest.
That's the point. Someone like you will keep us honest.
Gee, Bats, I don't know.
And I think he'd make a really cool addition to the team going forward. So to start out with, like, the first big Justice League team-up movie, obviously you have, like, the Trinity, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman edition with Green Lantern, Flash, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow, and Black Canary. I guess that would be my ideal roster. And then I guess going forward, the Justice League can kind of be an ensemble team, you know, with like a variation of DC characters that are a part of the team. You know, you have like a Watchtower, then you have like different members that like vary. You know, you can add in like Zatanna, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Booster Gold. Like, again, just kind of like similar to what Justice League Unlimited did with the team. And I think it'd be really cool. And then I think introducing certain characters to the Justice League initially, let's say like you were to do other movies, like if you were to do a Wonder Woman movie after, or a Superman movie, you could have their characters, sidekicks leading into a Teen Titans roster, which I would like to talk about in the future, like what my ideal first roster of like Teen Titans would be going forward. But this reboot stuff happening, and James Gunn revealing the first projects in the DC universe going forward, I think the future for DC is looking bright so far.